Today I'm going to show you how you can work on your car without making a mess using these fluid line clamps.
Sounds good.
Now when you're working on your car and you got to take hoses off, fluid's going to leak all over the place unless you clamp them off.
Great idea from a famous YouTuber that has millions of subscribers.
Check it out, it just goes over and you tighten it up. And when you're done tightening it up, it squeezes the hose so fluid isn't going to leak all over the place.
Okay, but...
So now when you take the hose off, you don't get coolant dripping all over the place.
yeah, I can see that coolant not dripping all over the place. Anyway, the idea here is to know what kind of hose you're clamping before you start clamping it. What Mr. Internet Mechanic here didn't mention is unless you have new hoses, they might break in the process. So when you are working on old cars, these rubber hoses degrade over time, and by clamping one you might crack it or make it split. With really old hoses you can cause a crack even by taking them off. So you're welcome, let's get to the next part.
Now let's say you're working on your brake system. And maybe you gotta change out the caliper. Before you unbolt anything, clamp the rubber brake hose line. You just use the small clamp for that. When you're done, off it comes.
And you can change the rubber line. So let me explain. So in case you're tightening that clamp too much or the line is really old, it can collapse, because these brake lines are reinforced. So a solution I would recommend is to use a plug on the brake lines. So this way you can avoid damaging the lines.
You can't bleed the air out of those systems without a factory level scan tool.
Yeah, that doesn't apply to all vehicles, and it's not always the case for most vehicles. Yeah, he's right, in some special cases you do need a scan tool to totally bleed the whole brake system, but not when you replace a rear caliper. So what did we learn today? Yes, everything you see on the internet, take it with a grain of salt, including this video.